We often talk to people and they say that their absolute frustration is that they've got to live in the rat race. They are trapped, or according to them, they are trapped in a awful repetitive system where they've got to go to work, they've got to do all of these things they don't want to do within a system that forces them to do it. And the answer that I always start with is, well, who made the rat race? How did it get created? And the answer often is, well, it was already here when I was born and I had to earn this money and I had to pay this tax. And there were all these things that I have to do in order to survive. And it's a survival of the fittest. So I'm always in competition and I'm always looking behind myself and I'm always trying to win this battle. But actually, if we look a little bit closer, the rat race for most people is built from something quite different. It's not necessarily the system you were submerged in from birth, although maybe there is a system and maybe you have been conditioned to run in circles. But alongside of that, you have bought in to a series of challenges that were never given to you. Maybe they were suggested, maybe you've been conditioned into them, but they were never forced upon you. You were shown that certain things may make you happier or give you a better life, and it started pretty early. So you were at school and the rat race really started with the challenge of getting the qualifications you were going to need in order to complete school to the best of your ability. And you bought in. You decided that you needed to do your schoolwork in a certain way, and your parents said it and everybody told you you should. And you started on this treadmill of, well, I'm not going to be happy unless I get qualifications. And the qualifications were not about the qualifications, of course. They were about the job. So you were told this principle and you believed it, that you would get a better job if you had better qualifications. Maybe the evidence suggests that. Maybe the people who leave school early employ the people who go to university, but who knows? Maybe that's just an observation. But then what happens is you buy into the idea that you're going to need a lot of money to be happy. And not only that, you buy into the idea that there are certain milestones in your life that you need to accumulate or do in order to find your happiness. And interestingly, you don't notice, but you are starting a process of spinning plates. You started with the qualifications. You knew that was about the money, so you probably had a side job when you were at school. And you then needed a particular job in order to feel okay. You needed a particular status and a particular amount of money. But then the treadmill really began and you thought, well, it seems that I've got to have a relationship. I've got to get together with somebody and we've got to do this thing together. And then so we spin another plate. We're now in a relationship that we've got to manage. We have the money and the job that we need to manage, and we've got some other stuff in the background that's keeping us happy. So we've got these hobbies and we're trying to manage those. And then we add to it, we're going to need a family. Maybe we have some children, so that seems to be the next milestone. So we've got to do that. And on top of that, we are now going to decide together, maybe if we're in a relationship, maybe alone if not, that we need to elevate our standing. So we buy a car and that car isn't good enough, so we need a better car. So we're spinning the plate to keep the car and pay for the car, and we add the plate that says, well, we need a better car because that's what we need, and we need a bigger house. Even though we've only just bought the one we've got, we're going to get a bigger house. And so the plates are starting to stack up, and we are paying the bills, we're paying the taxes, and we might notice that the taxes are consuming a lot of our income, so we're running very fast in the treadmill. And there is a lot of stuff that we need to consume. We've got the baby, and now we need the stuff for the baby, and we need to buy the best stuff for the baby because, well, you do, don't you? And you're watching TV and you see the Hoover or the vacuum cleaner, should I say, these days, that kind of runs itself, and you see that and you think, oh, I need one of those as well. And there's this collection of things that you may accumulate. So you're decorating the house and then you're redecorating the house. You're buying furniture and then you're buying new furniture. And all of it is coming together as plates you've got to spin, money you've got to earn, reasons you've got to get to a certain place. And your happiness is pretty dependent on getting all of it and elevating all of it and getting to the next point in that journey. And as you take a step back and realize that it is you who built this nest of things you need in order to be happy, and the complexity of your life, the things that are taking all of your energy and time, because you're at work now all of the time trying to earn the money, and you are focused on the holiday that you need, so you're spinning the plates for that, and you're now doing some yoga because you've got to make that work, and then you are taking the kids to extracurricular lessons, and you've decided that they need to be doing certain things in order for them to have a happy life. So the plates you're spinning and the way it feels and the rat race that you refer to is actually all of your own making. You have made all the plates. You have decided that these things are necessary within your life. And equally, other people are making other things necessary within their lives. And they're having very different rat races, spinning very different plates. But the overwhelm and the feeling that you only ever get a chance to go to work, and then you're so busy doing all of the other things that you've brought in and the plates to spin, and you're trying to manage your health, you're trying to eat healthily, you're trying to get thinner, you're trying to look a certain way, you're buying the cosmetics, you are literally immersed in the stuff you need, and now you've got to do Christmas and everybody needs a good present, so that's part of being happy too. And what we've got to do is box off all of the things that are making the other people in your life happy and you happy too. So now your responsibility is them too. You see that you are buying into spinning the plates that are not just for your own happiness, which, by the way, the stuff, the people, the things may or may not be bringing you happiness, but you are bought into spinning the plates to make sure that your family is happy, your children are happy, your partner is happy, you've got the next car, you've got the next house coming along the line, you're ready for your next holiday because, my God, you've got to spin all these plates, you really do need a holiday. So you're in this plate spinning game, all of the plates are yours, and it just feels like you have been forced into it and you're trapped into what you've got to do, have and be. But interestingly, what you fail to see is that it is you compulsively setting up the next plate and starting it spinning, and then it is you who has to spin it forever. So the question of who makes the rat race, whilst we may give some credit to the powers that be that invented the tax, that invented the money, that invented the system, let's not deceive ourselves and say that it's anyone other than you who's made it so overwhelming.